they understand that the demographics in New York are 55% minority. And so, you know, in order for us to, you know, just be relevant, we have to start telling these stories. And I think there's an appetite for the stories. And it hasn't been much of a struggle trying to do it at all. If there's a struggle, it's been trying to find a producer who's sensitive to the story and not just, you know, wanting to get it done.
Yeah, well, Caleb Scott and MLK are one thing, but Florence Price is,
wow.
you know, not a well-known, you know, African-American composer in, you know, for the wider public. So they just said whatever you want to do, basically.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we're really glad. So that means that
we have projects to feed you,
we'll get in touch with
to
you.
help him. Yeah, we need to help him with that.
Yeah. I teach history, so if you have some things you need to have researched, they're you know, we can give students credit for doing things.
We're more than willing to help.
It was beautiful the way you put it together.
But we did together.
I thought that statement that I think I had at least one eye open to really be able to hear clearly is the sentiment that Florence expressed in that letter where, you know, she was just resigned to the fact that she was not going to be recognized until she got what Cornell West called that white normative gaze. And then that white normative gaze sort of trickles down to other black folks, and then everybody wakes up. Oh, now we have this great, you know, this great talent.
I put that in there just for you. You know, all of this comes from Dr. Brown's research, and so I had to just try to, you know, and it's, you know, and I think Cornell West said this too, but there's a director in New York who said to me about these projects, he said, shoot right for the target, you know, shoot right for those people that you want, you know, tell that story that you want to tell, but don't dance around the target, just go right to it. And I thought, that sentiment, there are a lot of people who can relate to that sentiment and need to actually hear somebody say that in 1944 and realize how relevant it still is now. I mean, there still is that kind of thinking, you know, and maybe it will, you know, spur some people to think, boy, maybe that's me, you know, maybe I need to kind of, you know. So there are opportunities for me in these programs to like really direct the information right at the target. And that was the case.
Do you have your scripts? Do you save the scripts? Are you going to put your collection in the Schomburg?
She's always thinking that way.
Yeah, that's, you know, Khalil and I talked about a different project that I was, you know, I had pitched to our station and they were very interested in. And it's something that we'll probably do maybe next. But it's a project where I've been in touch with some griots, some African griots who trace their lineage back 23 generations, you know, to the 1400s. And they know all the songs, all the stories. And I talked to them, I said, what would we have been singing on those slave ships? You know, because all those songs are passed down. What were those sorrow songs? You know, and he's got them all. And so we were going to look at a project which, because, you know, we forgot all that stuff. So I wanted to unearth all of that musical material and then look for connections between that and the spirituals and the work songs, and try to demonstrate how, you know, it was it was under, you know, ground for a while, but then it started seeping up and what it evolved into. So that's one thing that Khalil was interested in. He said, because we don't have anything like that talks about that music.
Charles Long writes an essay about the development of spirituality and African American spirituality in the context of the Middle Passage. And I can see that, you know, going along with that. It would be a really rich project.
Any other questions, comments?
How do we get a hold of copies of these
they're all on the QXR website.
Oh, okay.
Just go to wqxr.org, and yeah, all 4 documentaries are there. And when you all listen, just write comments, because you know what's really important is that we do say that we're listening and that we like stuff, because oftentimes we don't really speak up about the things that we like. But the opera fans, if that opera doesn't hit at 4 o'clock, 4:01 it ends. So we have to be just as vigilant.
Thank you so much. That was